Hello. So the talk in town now is about the so-called protests against bad governance. Anyway, Nigerians, a group of Nigerian youths have seen what happened in Kenya and have decided, oh, it should be Nigeria's turn. So because this whole thing started even just after Kenya. Even though I don't know if the Kenyan, I don't know if anybody see the Kenyan so-called protests yielded anything positive. I don't know. Now, the reason for this is the hunger. Yes, things price of goods are so expensive in the country. And so let's blame government for it. And so they have the need to protest it. But one thing I want to ask, one question I want to ask, the price of, because they keep mentioning, when you listen to some of these things, you hear people talk about, oh, price of this, price of this, price of Gary, and so on. A model of Gary sells for 2,000 naira right now. How is that the fault of government? The same Gary that is made from our mothers and so in the village. Somebody will tell you is dollar, is this, is that. What has that price got? What has dollar gotten to do with? Because we see the biggest problem we have is not telling ourselves the truth. We are not telling ourselves that we are the problem. So all we do is point fingers. 2,000 naira, something that sold about a year ago for 400 naira. Even granted, yes, the fuel was increased, but how did it get to that amount? And yes, there is insecurity, which government must face. Insecurity stopped farmers from going to farm. And we should protest against that. We should complain about all that. We must insist government fix security. But what has that Gary got to do with them? Now, again, there is this yogurt I buy for my son. Lactel yogurt that is on the screen right now. A year and a half ago, that yogurt was selling for like 400 naira or thereabout. And whereas two supermarkets in my area where we normally buy them, one we frequented the most. All of a sudden, because of this thing, this yogurt, one of these supermarkets was selling this thing, because it's a pack of 4, was selling this yogurt for 7,500 naira for a pack of 4. We stopped giving it to our son. We decided to look for another one, to buy a more cheaper one that is okay, affordable. Now, after some months, I discovered the next shop, the next supermarket, they shared the same fence, sell the same yogurt as at that time for 700 naira per one. That is 2,800 naira for the pack of 4. Meanwhile, the nearby supermarket is selling it for 7,500 naira. Till today, as I'm talking to you, I think the other shop, it must have increased. I think they've added it to it. I think the pack is now about 3,500, which I have also seen in other supermarkets in town. But this one is selling it for 7,500. But we should blame government. Now, the salad that just ended, we all saw prices of ram, 680, 700,000, 900K and so on. And days after Salah, the same ram that sold for 680,000 naira was selling for less than 300,000 naira. How did it happen? But we should blame government. Now I give you, let's talk about medicine. And I'm going to use one particular one as an example, About between 11 and 12 million Nigerians live with diabetes. And most of these people are poor. Now, there is this Lantus, this Penfield insulin. 2-3 years ago, that thing's, in fact, less than 2 years ago, that thing was selling around 4,000 naira. The Lantus today is between 22 and 25,000 naira. in the pharmacy shops around, depending on which one you go. Now, but that same Lantus, if you have the access to go to what do you call it, wholesale pharmacy shops, you get that same Lantus for 10,000 naira. Now the question is, how much is those selling it for between 22 and 25,000 naira buy it to sell it at a retail of 25,000 naira? But we should blame government. Those who are selling it at 10,000 naira wholesale, they're making profits. Now those who are selling it at 25,000 naira, imagine how much. Now, if you buy something, let's even assume you buy that, they buy the Lantus for 10,000 naira at wholesale. And if they sell it for 22 or 25,000 naira, they are thieves. That is evil. That is wickedness. We are our own problems. But of course, let's blame government. Now, just a few days ago, we saw a video of women somewhere in a market in Ilori, market women beating up another market woman because, according to them, she was selling her gari cheaper than other people. The woman who was selling the gari at that price was making profit. She wasn't selling at a loss. They were beating her. Now, those women beating that woman are your mothers. They are your mothers, your aunties, your sisters. But let's blame government. So we can continue to shout from now till next year. But we must tell ourselves the truth. The government, yes, I'm not trying to defend government. The government has this role to play. For instance, like I said, in security, area of security, the government must make it their point of duty to make sure our farms are secured for farmers to go through. But don't tell me this price madness in this country right now is the problem of government, is the fault of government. No. I'm not asking you not to protest. The question is you yourself that is going to protest. How sincere are you? How sincere are you? Do you really want to protest because you felt things are bad? You want to sincerely protest it? Or there is something inside you that is driving you? You see, we are the problem of this country. It's ourselves. We must fix ourselves to fix Nigeria. Those in government are a reflection of who we are as Nigerians. The policeman you see on the street is a reflection of who we are. The teachers are a reflection of who we are. The doctors and nurses are a reflection of who we are. Any area you want to look at it. We have serious problems. As Nigerians, we are selfish people. We are greedy people. We are wicked people, even to ourselves. And these are issues we must sort. These are issues we must sort. These are the problems of Nigeria. It's not about any politicians. No. Those who are outside are only waiting for opportunity to get there. Every Nigerian is greedy. It's in our veins. So before you do this, think about it. And ask yourself, if you yourself, you are sincere. We must fix Nigeria, yes. But for fix Nigeria, we must first fix ourselves. There is no two-way